YouTube, Rook here from Rook Geek Goodness, my little channel on the web for all things geeky and cool. And welcome guys to another Funko review. An item I talked about in a recent stream, I picked up, finally got my hands on it. Who are we talking about? We're talking about Scrappy-Doo, part of the Scooby-Doo line, celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Scooby-Doo franchise. And I'm a big Scooby-Doo fan. I used to love it as a kid. Had to be picking up a few of the pops here and there for Scooby-Doo. Some of the ghosts and the monsters were very, very difficult to get your hands on. But this guy here came from the Funko store exclusively. Got my hands on it, limited one per person. It was priced about $15 US. Sold out between 3 to 5 minutes. My girl was actually trying to get one of these for herself. Unfortunately, she had it in her cart, one of those deals when you try to put your credit card in, well, it's already in your cart and it's sold out. It was gone before she could hit that submit button. But this one is extremely difficult to find right now. I saw it going up on eBay the current, that same day this was dropped on the Funko store. It was already pre-selling for between $35 and $90 US. And this one looks to be a very, very good pop. A very cool pop, all things considered. It looks very much like Scrappy-Doo does from the TV show, from the cartoon. We'll talk all about that in the breakdown segment. Speaking of breakdowns, we're going to do a full breakdown of this pop here. We'll look at the paint, articulation, the packaging, and conclude the final thoughts for you, the viewer. Should you spend the money and pick up the Funko Pop number 633 Pop Animation Scrappy-Doo? Stay tuned, guys. We'll go to a breakdown. All right, guys, we're in a breakdown segment looking at the Pop Animation Scooby-Doo number 633, celebrating the 50th anniversary Scrappy-Doo Pop. And the very first thing we always do in a breakdown segment is look at the packaging and presentation. This, of course, your typical window box display for a Funko Pop. At the top here, we have Pop Animations. We have the nice Scooby-Doo logo, number 633. Let's pull back a little bit. We have Scrappy-Doo window box. You can see him being displayed right here. Nice little side shot of Scrappy. We have the Scrappy-Doo name right there. We have the 50th anniversary logo, celebrating, of course, as I mentioned, the 50th anniversary of the Scooby-Doo franchise. And we have the very all-important limited edition Funko sticker right there. Over here, we have a nice side shot of Scrappy-Doo Pop Animations, a picture of him right there, Scrappy-Doo number 633. Over here, we have Scrappy-Doo number 633, a picture of his face right here, and you have, of course, Pop Animation. And the back of the packaging, it's a very cool design. If you look at the back of the packaging here, we have Scrappy-Doo, another shot right here, Pop Animation. We have the Scooby-Doo logo, and all the characters are available in this particular wave. If you notice Scooby here, he's very much in a similar sort of pose to Scrappy-Doo, where he's sitting on his back legs holding a sandwich. I actually own this particular pop and that Shaggy pop. The ghosts, I've seen them at, let's say, local FYE stores. They are available, but they are a little bit harder, a little trickier to find than, let's say, Shaggy and Scooby. The back of the packaging here, if you notice, you'll see words, especially on the front here. Also, you might see words in this white. It's a white packaging, but you'll see like old school like boos, and you'll see lightning bolts and hearts all littered through the back of the packaging. I love the way that looks. Nice attention to detail, Funko. Let's get Scrappy-Doo out of the package here and continue with the breakdown segment. All right, guys, we have Scrappy-Doo out of packaging. The very first thing we do when we take a Funko Pop out of packaging is look at the paint, design, and articulation. He looks very, very cool. Scrappy-Doo here looks very, very neat, mainly because he doesn't look like a normal Funko pet would be, meaning he's not on all four legs. He's on his back two legs here with his hands up in a fighting stance. This is very reminiscent, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, of how Scrappy-Doo was portrayed in the cartoon, in the animation series, where he was always trying to fight people. His puppy power, let me at him, let me at him. He always did that in the cartoon. Scooby would normally have to take and pull him away from an engagement, which always happens in the cartoon, which is very, very funny. So this is sort of a hybrid sort of Funko pet, meaning it's sort of like a dog, but he's also acting like a person, meaning he's like a person where he has on his back two legs and he has his arms up. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm getting at here, guys. And the paint is very, very clean and solid. It's all brown with black tones. He has his black eyes, black nose right there. His hands are up, sort of in a human pose, as I mentioned right there. It looks very, very good. Articulation, head will spin 360 with no issues. His ear is sort of cocked this way, which very much looks like he did in the cartoon. Now, he is a little bit smaller in scale compared to Scooby-Doo. If you put Scooby-Doo next to him, he'll be a little bit taller because Scrappy-Doo was a shorter puppy in the cartoon. I like how they did that here. It looks very, very good. Nice black nose. I didn't mention that, but his nose is very, very dark black in color. And he has his little collar. I don't know if you can really see it right there. It has a collar. I wish it would have said Scrappy-Doo on the collar, but it doesn't. It just has the tones of it. I'm looking to see it, and there's no text written on the collar. So, unfortunately, it does not say Scrappy-Doo on the collar, but it does have that teal colored collar that he did sport in the cartoon. Again, I very much like how it looks. He has a little tail right there sticking out the back, turned sideways. But when you look at him, if you know anything about cartoons, you can look at this and know this is Scrappy-Doo. You wouldn't get confused, compare this to Scooby-Doo, because you would know by looking at it, if you watch cartoons as a kid or as a youngster, you'll know, yes, this is in fact Scrappy-Doo. And I really like this pop. I think it's very, very cool, very reminiscent to the old school cartoon. I highly recommend Scrappy-Doo. If you're a Scooby-Doo fan, you should pick up this pop. And with that being said, let's go to final thoughts to conclude this video. Alright guys, final thoughts on a Pop Animation 633 Scrappy-Doo, part of the 50th anniversary of the Scooby-Doo franchise. I very much like this particular pop because I'm sort of biased with Scooby-Doo. I'm a big fan of Scooby-Doo's franchise and all the characters that come with Scooby-Doo. Scrappy-Doo, of course, is a part of this particular line, and Funko really nailed this particular pop, taking the animated look of Scrappy-Doo and changing it for a vinyl figure. He doesn't walk around all the time on four legs like Scooby does. Sometimes you'll see Scooby leaning back on his paws, holding something. It happens a lot in the cartoon. But Scrappy was never really walking around on all four legs. He'd always be on his back paws with his hands up trying to fight something. This is a perfect representation of what they've done in that cartoon, and I love the way they did this. They translated that animation process to vinyl figure form. If you're a fan of Scooby-Doo, you should pick this pop up, provided you can get it for a good cost, because I mentioned at the beginning of this video, this sold out extremely fast on the Funko store. This is a limited edition item, sold out between 3 to 5 minutes, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, and it's really hard to get your hands on now. I would say buy them if you can get them maybe around $30 US. I wouldn't spend any more money than 30 bucks. I've seen these being flipped for 3 to 4, 5 times the cost of the price point, which was $15 US. But if you're a big fan of Scooby-Doo, I highly recommend picking this guy up. He is sort of a hybrid character or dog, meaning, as I mentioned, he doesn't walk around on four legs. He's always sitting bare like a normal person would be, not like a dog. And that's one thing I thought was very, very cool about this particular pop. And I hope you liked this video review, of course, of Pop Animation 633 Scrappy-Doo. Again, part of the 50th anniversary of the Scooby-Doo line. Remember to click that like button, the thumbs up button at the bottom of the page. It really helps the channel. Also, you click the picture of my face, which is to subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to be notified of my latest videos. And of course, last but not least, you can click Windows over here to watch more of my content. Take care, guys. See you next video. And bye-bye.